it's enlightening picking up the large candy bars or those single package cookies and seeing how many of them you cannot eat without going over that recommendation. I'm excited for the new nutrition labels, which differentiates between the sugars that are naturally occurring in the food versus the sugars that are added by the food processor. Yogurt, especially like a fruit yogurt, when I look at the amount of sugar, it's a very high number, but how much of that sugar comes from the milk? Milk has milk sugar. It's not a sugar that causes the same problems we see with fructose-sweetened beverages. Fruit has sugar, and they clearly put some fruit in there, and then they've added sugar. I want to know how much is added sugar, and I can't even tell. And I'm a registered dietitian who has taken lots of nutrition courses, so the general public doesn't know either.
So now I'm going to talk about changing eating habits. I think that once these new labels are out and people can actually see how much added sugars in their foods, I think that they'll make better decisions. And I think that when more people get educated on the issue of what excess sugar does to your body and what it does to you, I think they'll be able to make better decisions. And there are many popular diet programs like this. One is called I Quit Sugar, which is rapidly bringing awareness and helping people stop eating the addictive substance, because like it's not like you can just like stop eating it. It's kind of, you have to like weed yourself off of it, kind of like a drug.
Okay, now we're gonna present. We're gonna present this final video about how different is from a soda to a regular fruit.
Oh, there's a girl in the corner. Does she have to be here? Oh, hello everyone. Eugene here. Taking a...
If you looked at a cookie or a soda versus an apple, you can be less concerned about the sugar in an apple. There's a lot of other things besides just fructose. All sorts of bioactive compounds, some of them probably haven't even been discovered yet, that do positive things to our health. The soda and the sugar-sweetened beverages have pretty much only one thing in them, and that's the sugar. From many, many epidemiological studies, we do know that the people who eat the most fruit are the healthiest and have the least risk for metabolic disease. The other thing is you have to eat a lot of fruit to consume a comparable amount of sugar as is in 3 cans of soda, or 2 cans of soda and 2 cookies. Chances are you're not going to be able to overeat fruit to the point you're going to have a high sugar diet just from fruit. Unless you eat a lot of honey, it's actually hard to be on a high fructose diet if you are depending on nature only to get your fructose.
Okay. Now Corey will talk about the sugar and the taxes that some countries has applied this option.
So as Roberta just said, some countries around the world are starting to consider adding a sugar tax, where it'll be taxed on like how much sugar is in the product. So this has been working in France and Mexico to help decrease the demand for sugary products, just because they're more expensive, so people are going to be less likely to buy them. And I think it's a good way to help discourage people from buying the overly sugary products. And just as the prices go up, the consumption might go down. And this is a kind of like a negative incentive for people, and I think the UK is considering it, and I think it should spread more just because it helps people make better decisions.
I think governments should control companies and their use of sugar. For example, prohibit companies from putting added sugars and an X amount of added sugars in a certain product. And then tax companies that use high amounts of sugars. That way they are encouraged to become more healthy products. By introducing new technologies, they can replace added sugars with natural non-processed sugars, or use other options like stevia or other sugars that are not as unhealthy as the ones we've talked about. And also something that will help people be more aware of this problem is to prohibit hiding sugars with the other names, like we've talked over and over before. Just state how much sugar is in there, not have many different names.
I think what he means by that is on the ingredient list, just list sugar, because it may be like the first ingredient and people don't realize how much.
Also, by prohibiting publicity that targets children, obesity, heart diseases, and overweight will go down because children will not start at a very young age. It is the first time that people expect that more people die from obesity, heart diseases, and overweight rather than starvation. With the use of publicity and positive propaganda, people can learn how to have a healthier diet, how to eat diets that have less sugar or no sugar at all, and it will help them be healthy in life. And so I wanted to add one more thing. There's also a lot of problems with companies because they do very strategic researches, so they tend to cooperate with certain universities to create false reports on sugar. So, for example, Coca-Cola published a report that sugar is not linked with obesity or diabetes whatsoever, and that has caused many renowned doctors to quit their jobs and reflect on how the sugar industry is very manipulative by targeting children, by deceiving people, and not caring about the health of people nationwide and worldwide.
Okay, so in conclusion, after searching about the sugar, how it's made, and all the problems that it produces to our health, we're getting that if many people know the effects of the sugar, they will not consume the amount they consume each day. So at the end we set some solutions that are like, we need to orientate people about these problems, and I hope that they know that it's really bad to our health, and it's not the problem it's now, so in the future where the adults get diabetes too, and now the children also. So if they know better the problems, I think they will remove the sugar.
I don't think there's a best solution for it. I think the best solution is kind of a combination of all the solutions we talked about. So I think like a combination of all of them will help, just because I don't think that you can ever like completely get rid of sugar, just because sugar is good for some things, it's just not in excess.
Thank you very much.
I have a question.
Yes.